The goal, making money, when we achieve that goal of making money, we do something. And it might be enjoying quality time. And if it's enjoying quality time, great. For a lot of people, once they make so much money, they often end up spending it. And once they've run out of money, oh, shoot, I'm out of money. They go back and make some more money and they get enough money to feel relief and they spend it again. And they make enough money to feel relief and they spend it again. I hope you can see the screen. They make money, enough money, they feel relief, they come back down. They make enough money to feel relief, they come back down. They make enough money to spend relief. Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to go wash cars. I'd get my friends, would go out and wash cars. So $5 a car, would go wash it, right? Now, one thing is that some people are more hungry than others. I'd go out, I'd wash cars, $5, next house, $5, next house, $5. I've only got like a couple of hours Sunday morning, it gets too hot. So I'd want to go for the morning period. My friends would sometimes come with me. And as soon as my friends did one car or two, let's go. Done 2 cars now. Let's go to the shop, get some fish and chips and a packet of cigarettes. Yeah. My friends all wanted to go home as soon as they made like $6. They wanted to go to the shops and spend it. Me, I had till lunchtime. So I was hoping to get to $20. One of the biggest challenges I find with limiting beliefs, remember, all beliefs are limiting. One of the biggest problems I have with them is they're often hard to find. Yeah. Because with the level of training most of you guys have had, once you become aware of a belief, you can change it. Yeah. And even if you don't really know what you're doing, once you're aware of the belief, you can generally change it within a couple of days or a couple of weeks. And if you have no skill whatsoever, at least with that awareness, it might start the natural belief change cycle. So for a lot of guys here today, when you find some stuff, it is absolutely wonderful because I'm sure we're going to have some unconscious stuff raising up. We're going to focus on this financial abundance, the mindset stuff today. I've got a couple of slides in here that are left over from last week and a couple of new ones. My aim with this, particularly this week, is that you guys have some of those unconscious beliefs come up so you can fix them. Yeah. Because the world is largely defined by the filters we have, the filters or the mindset we have. If we have the cup is half full or the cup is half empty, if we believe either one, that will affect the way we see the world. People that see the cup, kind of half full may see opportunities as being half full. And those that see the glass as half empty might see the emptiness and things. So once we change our inner filters and our perception, we actually get a different world. The more we get our mind set for abundance, the more we actually get material success. And that's why I love talking about money, because quite often you do a little bit of work on money and suddenly you have a boop, your salary's up a little bit, your savings is up a little bit, or you're feeling more abundance. And today I want to get all three of that. Yeah. I want to get you feeling it. I want to get you seeing it, and I actually want to help you guys create some real abundance. Okay. So over the years and in Shanghai, I've met thousands of people trying to create abundance, and I've met a few that are. Many more, many more are. Yeah. Many more people are trying, but only a few actually do succeed. I think you can succeed. I think we all can, but we need to be very aware of the mindset, very aware of money, or alternatively, very hungry. Because if we're very hungry, we might say, screw the rest. I'm so hungry, I'm going to find a way to do it. And if you look at the last point there, it's a very simple fact. It's much easier to lose money than to find it. It only takes a moment to spend money, but to make it, another thing. So it's natural that we all end up losing more money than we make. It's natural that we end up short. But it doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. Pile of money programs out there. If you look on the wealth mindset, there's tons of stuff, tons and tons and tons. And I'm going to tell you straight up, we at Motivate, we sell our own coaching and training. I mentioned this the other week as well. I use the exact same slide. So we sell our coaching and training. The first lot of training we have is just $800. When it comes to Bali or Chiang Mai, you're looking at about $4,000. Graduate certificate, about $9,000. I will sell that you'll become highly skilled with your mind. You'll become highly skilled with our training. But I won't sell, come and join us, guys. We'll show you how to make 6 figures in 6 months. Yeah. We will not sell, and we never sell with promises of you making money. This is my integrity, my personal belief, because I don't believe that, well, no offense, Raymondo here. I love Ray. Yeah. And I'll tell him, great, come to Bali, you'll expand your mind, you get more capability. But I'm not going to sell him, if you come to Bali, we'll show you how to be a full-time coach, and you will be making X dollars in X period of time, because I can't back that up. We can't back that up. A lot of marketing will do it, and they will make these claims. But it doesn't matter how good the trainer is. It doesn't matter how good the package is. For you to make 6 figures in 6 months, it's so much more on your back. No one can guarantee it. But all over the internet, people will sell you these programs with all these big, hairy claims. It's really easy to say something like, I personally guarantee you will make 6 figures in 6 months. I guarantee it. But what the hell does that guarantee even mean? Does that guarantee mean you only get your money back? Probably not. And if you do go to get your money back, I'll go, oh, you didn't participate enough. Yeah. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, you can still see the slide, right? So the training we sell in Bali, amazing experience, totally good. Phenomenal experience, great. You learn, you grow. But I won't sell to make X dollars in 6 months, because 90% of people will not get there. We have a blast. We have a wonderful time. And by the way, sometimes you'll hear me say Bali. It's because we've been doing it in Bali, but this year or February, we're going to go to Chiang Mai, because we want to be closer to Lula. We want to be closer to her, so we're going to go to Chiang Mai. Yeah. According to a lot of sales and marketing, you sell the dream. You sell the dream. But I think if people buy our training thinking they're going to be successfully financially paid in 6 months, like, that's a great dream to sell. But I think if people buy a product expecting to be financially free in 6 months, if people buy that product and they don't get the results, they're going to be like, boo-hoo, bitter, And I personally think this is a big problem we have with the middle to lower class. Yeah. There's a lot of programs and a lot of people, they're making money off each other rather than actually creating value. Yeah. There is a lot of schemes and systems taking advantage of everyday people with big fat promises, being financially free. You'll be a fully paid 6-figure coach in 6 months. There's lots of these programs out there, and there are so many bitter people. I'm really kind of sick of that. Got an absolutely wonderful lady I met 14, 15 years ago. Yeah, she spent $10,000, $15,000 on coaching and training. Hasn't got a single paying client. No big deal. But the thing was, the $15,000 she spent was on 3 different programs, and they all promised her to be a successful paid coach. So now she's just bitter. Bitter AF, if you know what that is. Bitter AF. Bitter as fuck. Yeah, you look at our students, our clients, right? Some of them are making six figures and some of them aren't. But what I sell is that you're going to get mastery of your mind. You're going to get a lot more skills, right? Now, some of you guys want to shift your skills and focus your skills into money. So if you want to shift and focus your skills into money, make sure you get a copy of this video and the last workshop we did. You as coaches, or the coaches in here, you can very easily focus on financial beliefs. Selling coaching focused on money, well, it's kind of actually a good financial proposition. Rather than making 100, 200 US dollars a session, you can charge and earn a lot more by working with businesses, business owners, even perhaps mums and dads. But if you're helping people make a lot more money, it's a lot easier for you to get a better fee. For example, I have a client, instead of charging him 200 US dollars per hour, I've got 1% of the company. Company is now valued at $20 million. So what's 1% of $20 million? That's what my little 1% share of the company is. So to get this 1% of a $20 million company, all I've been doing is basic life coaching, NLP coaching for the CEO, occasionally for the CFO and the CTO. As a business owner, it's easy to invest in things if we know we're going to get the return on investment. Most people are not business owners. So most people buy coaching programs or silver spoons, and they might hear make six figures in 6 months. Yeah, and a lot of people buy into it, but for business owners have a better understanding, and business owners want to know, well, I've spent lots of money. Am I going to get a return? And provided they can see the return, it's a lot easier. So business coaching, money coaching, watch these videos twice. Tad, did you want to ask something?
I said, yay! I'm a business owner. I know how this works.
Yeah. Can you add a bit more to that? How is it from your perspective? Because look, man, I got this program and I'm going to show you how to be rich and you're going to make like tons of money, man. Just give me some of this.
No, I know that you have to work for it. Then you can earn money. There is
Well, that's
nothing
so
from
not
nothing.
sexy.
Yeah.
You mean I have to work for it? I don't want to work for it. I want to get rich quick.
Yeah, you can. If you find a rich lady and marry her, good
So
luck with that.
what works is actually doing the work. Do you believe in
Yep.
that? What works is doing the work. It's not as glamorous. It's not as glamorous. So it doesn't sell as much. It's not as glamorous, but doing the actual work. Yeah. It's not buying a program, because buying a program looks glamorous. I've been going through some coaching material today, like my first coaching course, and oh my God. Stop it. I'll open it up. My first coaching course, oh my God. I like going freestyle, not planned. My first coaching course, right, was about $10,000. And when you bought the coaching course, you got a box set of DVDs in it. Box set of DVDs, another box of DVDs, another box of DVDs. This is your first 6 sessions with your client. And what you would do is you would put together a big glamorous package. Actually, I shouldn't say this too loud because I know at least one person in this room got one of these. You fill up in here, you make all these little leaflets and paper, and someone comes and meets you, and you put all this fluff in here. Now, the first coaching school I went to, they taught me how to do this. So I have my first coaching call, and the client gets this glamorous package, and then out comes a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or A Man's Search for Meaning comes out. You got worksheets in here for goals. Maybe you make your own DVDs and throw them in there. It makes coaching look glamorous. With this glamour, you can sell more or at higher prices. Not my cup of tea anymore. But imagine if you did go to someone and instead of selling them a coaching package, which is just verbal, you actually have it wrapped up like this. It does kind of increase perceived value. So look, what works is not necessarily glamorous, but sometimes you might want to go a bit glamorous. Not my cup of tea. I highly suggest from here on in, it doesn't matter if you're a coach or whatever. This will apply to you as a consultant, as an employee, anywhere. Yeah. We said it the last week, 3 main areas of skill. Technical, doing the do. This can be your job. This is where most of us start, the technical skills. Harold here, he was running a business, right? He had the technical skills. He was in there running the business, doing the do, right? And then after some time, he got really good at doing the do. He got promoted. Yeah. Managing. Yeah. Business skills, selling the business, scaling the business, hiring people, delegating. So he had the technical skills to do, and he had to develop these business management skills. Yeah. So some people are just technical. They've got the technician, like a typical job. But if you get management skills or a co-part in a business or a CFO or a CTO, as you go up, you need more of the business skills. Yeah. Often coaches, consultants need to develop all 2 of them. But then to go between technical and the business mastery, in that whole process, we got ourselves, so we need our life skills to allocate priorities and whatnot. So I'd like to suggest that you consider getting excellent at the 3rd category. Yeah. All 3 are important, but I would be focusing on the 3rd category, being excellent with your time, energy, and money. The more you're excellent at your time, energy, and money, being able to allocate it, yeah, the less you actually need the technical skills or the business skills. If you become an excellent technician, you can succeed financially being an excellent technician, but you'll need other people to cover those bases for you. Or perhaps the business will tell you exactly when and where to turn up and when and what to do. You can succeed with just business management skills. Hard to say that. But we need all 3. So that last area, life mastery, allocating and mastering your resources, that's one we can improve every day. Every time you get coached by someone or you get the opportunity to have a discussion, consider improving your life mastery. Your finances will boom. Has anyone in here looked at relationship books or dating? Anyone read a dating book? Great. I'm glad there's some honest people in here. I won't say it. Put your hand up if you've read more than 3. No, no need to go there. Some of us have read more than 3. I was reading a dating book, Neil Strauss, The Game. It was all about men picking up women. Everyone I've met that has read the book has a different takeaway point. The key takeaway point for me, your ability to meet ideal women or great women all comes down to your level of development. The more you develop yourself, up you go. So getting laid or getting girlfriends or making money, it's just a reflection of your personal development. But if you've never focused your personal development on financial beliefs, then you're going to lag behind. It doesn't matter how many dating books you read. It doesn't matter how good you look. If you go out there and date and you believe you're not worthy, it's going to affect your dating. Decisions are made on emotion. Decisions are made on emotion. And then we make logic to justify it. Decisions are made on emotions, and then we make logic to justify it. Sometimes for me, the logic makes so much sense, my emotions don't fit. But the logic so makes sense. The logic so makes sense, but my emotions are telling me, and maybe I just change my emotions and do it anyway, right? Emotions are where we make our decisions. I want you to think about this sentence. Or if you like to, you can complete the sentence for yourself. When I go to sell myself or when I go to sell my services, I feel when I go to sell myself or when I go to sell my services, I feel. What do you feel?
Need it.
Right. Shout out a few more words, guys. What do you feel when you go to sell your services, sell yourself?
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
I feel nervous.
Also excited, feeling excited.
Mm-hmm.
Feel empowered.
Okay. Now, I want you to take note of that feeling. Take note of the feeling and don't actually write down it, but I want you to mentally focus on the feeling you get. Overwhelm, excitement, whatever it is, nervous. Focus on that feeling. Now, can I see your hands and put your hands like this? Okay, open them up. Now, I want you to put your attention on the feeling, wherever the feeling is. You put your hands out. Make that sensation or feeling stronger. Whatever you are feeling, make it stronger. It's a bit uncomfortable for some people, but make the feeling stronger. And I want you to follow that feeling back. Follow that feeling or sensation, follow it back. When was the very first time you felt that? Follow the feeling back. When was the very first time you had that feeling? And just relax and rest. Completely safe. When was the first time, the very first time you had that feeling? And now, can I just see your hand when you have it? If you have the first time you felt that feeling, put your hand up. Cool. That little process we'll be doing a few times today. So today, when you go to sell stuff, you get this feeling and you've gone back to the first time you felt that. Would anyone like to share the first time they felt that feeling? Cool. Wonderful. Congratulations for you. Harold, you had excitement. So did you go back to the first time you felt excitement?
Yeah, it was basically the first time when I, my first job, and I asked for the salary. We discussed the salary. So I sold myself or my services, basically. Yeah.
Great. I'm glad you had a really good experience that first time, because a lot of people actually have some negative kind of stuff for the first time. Now, if you went back to a memory that was unpleasant or not so nice, I'd like to suggest you write it down. Just jot down and let's continue and go back to that a bit later. Cool? Because I want to do more of this little exercise so that you can go and find the first memories and then later on you can work on them. So that little process, in NLP terms, we call it a transderivatational search. It's one of the coolest things I've learned in the field. And actually, it was like 6-7 years of NLP before I learned that field. But I went around doing most of the normal NLP training before I found that. So that's all we do. We ask whatever question it is, what's the feeling? We get the feeling and the sensation. Typically, we're taught to label the feeling, but don't label it. Just get the feeling, whatever the feeling is, or sensation, feeling sensations. I want you to focus on the sensation. I might say intensify and follow them back. When was the first time that you felt that feeling? Yeah. Okay. Some people have done this process lots of times, and I'd like to encourage you to keep trying it. Let's see what's next. Yeah, financial abundance. We'll skip that. Okay. Any question about that little transgravitational search we just did? Cool. It's pretty easy and pretty simple, isn't it? But it is a big deal. It is a big deal doing that. Oop. To get financial abundance, we require a level of emotional and cognitive mastery. We need to become the master of our emotions and the master of our thinking. Yeah. The more we can align our head and heart, yeah, the further we will get. If our head wants to go left and our heart wants to go right, we're going to get stuck in the middle. Yeah. So things like procrastination and sabotage, perfectionism, burning out, all that stuff, it's all misalignment. Yeah. So our number one goal is to bring in alignment. The number two goal I've got is to be able to adjust our values and our beliefs. Our third goal, as I mentioned last week as well, is being able to maintain resourceful states. Manage emotions. For those that are going to sell your product, if you're going to be selling, you might want to have a fourth goal, being able to maintain the resourceful state in our client. Yeah, managing the state of the client. A lot of people have enough challenges managing their own emotions, let alone their client. So you can imagine trying to maintain yours and the others. But it's actually quite easy. To maintain someone else's is largely maintaining your own, staying in rapport. Yeah. Now, in our core identity, we may have the core identity that selling is bad. Yeah. I don't know about Harold. I might not like Harold because Harold kind of gets excitement from selling. And Harold gets excitement from selling, and I might actually dislike him, and I could be jealous. I could be jealous. Yeah. I could actually feel angry that Harold is successful at selling and I'm not. Yeah. So I might end up with a variety of emotions on top. We want to get into the emotion and find out what's really going on. Ready for the next process? Yeah. For this, we're going to close our eyes and relax. You don't have to close your eyes yet. In fact, you can even keep your eyes open. You'll need a pen. Guarantee you'll need a pen. And I'm going to read out some stuff, or I'm going to ask some stuff. And you guys are going to complete the sentence. So I'm going to ask something along the lines of, when I try to sell my product, I feel, and you'll finish the sentence. So I'm going to ask some questions, and you're going to finish the sentence with the very first thing that comes to mind. You're all on mute, so stay on mute. And from time to time, you might want to write down a point. But the reason I asked about closing out your eyes, you don't have to fully close your eyes. What we want to do is we want to get down on a lower brainwave frequency. Our brains have various frequencies, and our conscious brain, the day-to-day brain, is on a higher frequency than our sleeping brain. So when we go to sleep, we're on a lower frequency, yeah? The lower frequencies are more of the unconscious. The higher frequencies are more conscious. So when we slow down and relax and take a few breaths and slow down, we can actually slow down our mind and take a few breaths and relax. You're completely safe. I just want you to notice your feet on the ground. And check if your left foot is more relaxed than the right. Is the left buttocks more relaxed? Or is the right more relaxed? And allowing your body to relax even more. Because relaxing leads to letting go of muscles. And I want you to let go of all the muscles in your shoulders. Let go of all the muscles in your face. Let go of all the muscles in your neck. And as you allow yourself to relax, when I ask some questions, you will allow deeper answers and a deeper truth to come up. All these questions are in regards to money. And as you relax, your unconscious may be able to give you better answers. And as you relax, I'd like for you to complete the sentence. With regards to money, I feel angry because with regards to money, I feel angry because with regards to money, I feel sad because with regards to money, I feel afraid because just remember you're completely safe and relaxed and allowing yourself this time today, allowing any unconscious beliefs to come up to the surface. You're completely safe, but in this room, you're allowed to be completely honest with yourself and allow any blocks, limiting beliefs, or bad memories, whatever it is, you're allowing it to come to the surface. And I want you to complete this sentence. With regards to money, I feel afraid that. I'll say that again. I feel afraid that. With regards to money, I feel ashamed because Okay, now we're just going to pause for a minute and we will get back into it, and we'll have a few more questions like that coming up. Everyone going okay? Yep. And I like the way you're staying patient and calm, because all we really need is one or two beliefs to pop up here. All we really need is one belief to pop up. Any one belief that pops up. So if you're getting 2 or 3 beliefs, congratulations. If you've got a few memories coming up to mind, congratulations. Okay, so relaxing again, a couple more questions. The last one was, I feel ashamed because. Next, with regards to money, I feel guilty because when I was young, I learned that money could. When I was young, I learned that money could. My first experiences with money were. My first experiences with money were. And we can change beliefs really quickly. When we don't know what the belief is, it's running unconsciously. So the unconscious beliefs are running our mind, our body, like our computer is run by the operating system, be it Windows or a Mac, right? And we often don't know until something's wrong. It's just doing what it's doing, right? So the computer operating system does what it does. And it's not until something goes wrong, we look at it, right? But us here, we're into achieving abundance and great lifestyle. So we actually want to look at our operating system. Once we find that any of the beliefs are not quite right, that gets our attention. Yeah. Once it gets our attention, it starts the natural change cycle. But we can accelerate that cycle through a whole pile of NLP coaching tools. Even if you haven't done any coaching or NLP, you've probably got some of your own tools already. It's just with the NLP and the coaching, we accelerate that. For those that haven't seen it, modal operators is something, and apologies, you might not find much of it outside the NLP manuals. When you hear someone say try implies failure. You either do or you don't. Don't try, because try means you're going to fail, right? That's a snippet from modal operators, which comes from NLP. One of the ways I like to change my beliefs is by doing a combination of all the things we heard here, but I throw modal operators over the top. If I say I'm not good at something, I add the word yet to the end of it. I don't know how to do that yet. Or I change it from something that's stuck into something that's moving. Yeah. Or I can't do it. I'm learning how to do it. Yeah. Or I can't do it. I can't do it yet. I can't do it. I'm getting there. Some people will do affirmations. They look in the mirror and they tell them stuff like, okay, I got a mirror here. Great. I look in the mirror and I say, you are a huge man. I can't do it. It's not true. So I can look in the mirror and say, you're a beautiful woman. You're a beautiful woman. I can't do it seriously, right? If I look in the mirror I'm going to pretend like, if I'm a big man, like let's say I'm a fat man. If I look into the mirror and say, you're a beautiful unicorn. If it's bullshit, my mind will go bullshit, right? So if you don't have a lot of money, and you're doing affirmations like I'm rich, it can create a contradiction or a conflict. Affirmations shouldn't create more conflict, right? So if we do use affirmations, use ones that don't create conflict. Like I am getting better with my money. Yeah. I am becoming slimmer. I'm becoming fitter. I'm becoming healthier. I'm becoming better. I'm becoming faster. I'm becoming leaner. I'm becoming smarter. Yeah. Now, those things you can say in a mirror and you should get some positive feedback. If you say to the mirror, I'm getting better, and you're not, well, have you actually done anything? Yeah. Amy Elise, she was about to add in, yeah, Adrian, that's it. Oh, Amy Elise, you there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the mirror work, usually you can't like say something that's so usually with the mirror work, you can't say something that's like completely opposite. You have to find at least something that's true or something that can be true, like what you eventually like elaborated and said. Yeah, like I'm getting better.
Getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Now, if you keep repeating the words, I'm getting better, I'm getting better, I'm getting better, in the mirror saying I'm getting better, what's happening? You are getting better. You're going to believe in it. Yeah, I'm getting wealthier and wealthier every day. I'm working on my mindset every day. It's strong and it's true. We mentioned before, you got muscle testing. When you tell the truth, your muscles are kind of stronger. When you lie, your muscle is weaker. Truth is strong in our body. So when we say something truthful, our whole body kind of, if our whole body and truth is aligned, it's strong. Yeah. I can't even stand up straight and say I'm a woman. As soon as I say I'm a woman, like my body tries to move a little bit, you know? I can't stand up straight and strong and say I'm a woman. It's like my face moves or this moves, something in my body moves. But if I say I'm a man, I'm an effing strong man, I've got no problem saying it because it's true. So when we can say truthfully, I'm growing, that's my favorite way. So we want to make sure we are telling ourselves the truth and focus a bit more on becoming better, perhaps. Walking down the street with someone I love, and this person gets annoyed because I often coach them or unconsciously coach them or I keep nudging them. But just the other day, they said something and I just went, sorry. You don't know how to do it yet. They kind of said, F you and I love you at the same time. All my closest friends, we all do it. We nudge and push each other to be more correct. Now, if anyone wants to say I'm hopeless with money, it's not true. Yeah, no one is hopeless with money. Maybe some people are. We want to articulate more correctly. We're getting better with money, or I'm hopeless with money at the moment, or I was. Sorry, that's another way to change the language patterns. Was and is, are. Yeah, I was bad with money before. If someone says to me, I'm bad with money, I'll be like, no, F off. Don't lie to me. They'll go, no, I'm really bad at money. I'm really, really bad at money. I'll say, F off. You were bad with money before. You may have evidence of being bad with money, and that is in the past. Yeah, you were bad with money before, but today's today. Yeah, you're talking with me. You're not bad at money today, and tomorrow you're getting better. So when we have problems or limiting beliefs, unresourceful beliefs, we want to make them smaller by making them more specific. If someone says, I'm hopeless, I want to be, no, are you struggling with something now? And they can go from I'm hopeless to I'm feeling hopeless. Okay, well, you're feeling hopeless about breathing? No, I'm not feeling hopeless of breathing. I'm feeling hopeless of money. Okay, so you're feeling hopeless with money now. Right now, you're feeling hopeless of money. So we're making the problem smaller. So you're feeling hopeless about money now. Great. So with problems and things that are bad, we get more and more specific. Yeah. Space, time, get more and more. Yeah. When things are good and positive, we spread them out a bit. I want you to be aware that our culture and people are full of BS. Has anyone heard the saying, early bird gets the worm? Early bird gets the worm? It's true, right? It's true. It's true. The early bird gets the worm. Have you heard the saying, the second mouse gets the cheese? The second mouse gets the cheese. Sometimes being an early bird sucks. Yeah. So I'm one of those guys that was trying to buy crypto in 2012 but couldn't figure out how to do it. The early bird doesn't necessarily get the worm. There's all these kinds of sayings like the grass is greener on the other side. Well, sometimes the grass actually is greener on the other side. Yeah. Time. It's time in the market, not timing the market. Have you heard that one? It's time in the market, not timing the market. Investors often say this. It's time in the market. It's not timing the market, because if you look at the way stocks have gone or property's gone in the last 10 years, yeah, it's gone up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's time in the market, not timing the market. Also BS. Also BS. Yeah. It's not time in the market. It's not timing the market. No. It's making money. It's making abundance. Got to beat inflation and all that stuff, right? Another one is high risk, high return. You've all heard that? High risk, high return. Also BS. Also BS. High risk does not equal high return. High risk equals high risk. Okay? High risk equals high risk. High risk does not equal high return. That's a cause and effect or a complex equivalence. If I take a bigger risk, I'm going to get a higher return. That's another way people get zapped out of their money. Of course, it'll be lovely to know we're going to get a high risk and a high return, but to get a higher return, what do you actually need to do to get a higher return? What do you guys believe? Because we're going to have different beliefs here. What do you believe you need to do to get a higher return?
Get good at something.
Get good at something.
Be good at something.
Be good at something will get you a higher return.
Probably.
Probably. Cool. What else do you have to do to? Yep.
I believe exposure.
Exposure.
So exposure. I think it's better to more to expose yourself to the market than to be good at something. We have examples of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, may I know what's the previous one? It's time in the market, not timing in the markets. Sorry, I didn't really get it. Could you
Exactly
elaborate?
that.
Thank you.
Exactly that. It's time in the market rather than timing the market is a common expression. Timing the market means like you're buying at the lowest point and selling at the highest point, getting your timing right. Yeah. Or time in the market is a way some investors say, because a lot of people have tried timing the market and they fail. So what the good salesman does is good salesman points out this fallacy, and the good salesman goes, you need more time in the market. Yeah. But that's a fallacy as well. Because if you have a longer time in a bad market, it's a bad market. You have a longer time, you can just lose more. Yeah. Just about every idiom and thing they say about investors is for suckers. Well, it's not for suckers, sorry, because I've said it and believed a lot of it myself. Yeah. But it's full of idioms or sayings, and the opposite of the sayings is just as true as a saying. Very few get out at the right time. My sister bought property just after me. When I bought my first house, the market was going up. I knew the market was going up. How did I know the market was going up? I got good at something, like Amy Elise pointed out. I got good at something called reading. I read a pile of different books about money, a pile of books about real estate. A whole pile of these real estate books spoke about trends. Trends, right? And I was fortunate. My hometown was in a low period and it was showing all the signs of going up. So I put a lot of my own effort into research. Yeah. And I was in another city. My parents would send me the real estate section of the newspaper. This is at the start of the internet days. My parents would send down the real estate section of the newspaper. They would send it to me. I'm a long way away. All my friends are around. They're talking about getting drunk, sleeping with women, 2-pack or whatever, you know. So they're all sitting around on that stuff. And I'm a bit by myself with the real estate guide. I'm looking at properties. I learned how to use Excel spreadsheets. I did Excel spreadsheets. I put a picture of the property up there. I made some plans. I looked at the time, looked at the size. I made a whole pile of Excel spreadsheets comparing properties. I didn't speculate. I put the time, the energy, and a small amount of money, because those books were like 20, 30 bucks each. Yeah. Or a couple $100 to go for a workshop. I put a high amount of time and energy into buying a property before I even had a deposit. Right? So by the time I actually got a deposit, I was ready to buy. I didn't buy the first house I went and looked at 100. It was around 100. It was around 100 I found my first house. And when I found my first house, I had a checklist. I used the checklist like 100 times. So I saw the house, I did the checklist. And as soon as I finished looking around the house, I went, boom, that's it. It was actually cheaper than I thought. And it was a block of units. It was 5 units. And I bought the last 2. Yeah. Had to do a bit of a stretch, but I got the last 2. And because of the cycle, the whole cycle was going up. It was a piece of piss. You just buy, even if you bought the wrong one, it was a right cycle. How did I know it was a right cycle? I did the research. I did the time. These people that buy, I'm going to make you 6 figures in 6 months. People that buy these get-rich-quick courses, they generally don't take the time to look at the product. They buy on emotion. So the salesman get them hyped up and they buy. A lot of the people that do our training are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Because the people that do our training, they've been around for a while. They don't fall for that. So do the time, do the research, look at your products, right? So I got in at the early part of the market. It was really, 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 really simple. My friends, they were talking about 2-pack, drinking, having fun. You know what they bought with their money? Pints of beer, maybe strippers, a good time, and a lot of them actually bought nice cars. How much are those nice cars worth after they leave the showroom? After a couple of years, the value of their cars went down, right? Now, university is different because a university education is different. Is it? Because if you got if you get a degree, yeah, debatable. But people buy masters. People spend a lot of money on university education. Do people get a return on investment? Maybe. Can I hear from someone who's all for university, who has got a good return from their university? Great. Yeah, please share.
I feel like it's mixed. I feel like I got a good return, but simultaneously I have so many friends who went through the same qualifications as me and yet they still don't have jobs. Exact same qualification. So I think education is important. It does help you stand up, but it's also who you know when you know, and a myriad of other circumstances. And I also think if you think about university, ideally the course material you learn should be based on research, and research is always producing new results. So a university degree that your mom got 30 years ago might not have the same information and knowledge than a university degree based on a new curriculum has. So
what's the difference that makes the difference between someone that gets a higher return from their qualification and someone that doesn't? What do you think the difference is there?
me or other people?
Yeah, no, you as well.
Like I said, I think it's who you know and when you know. And I also think it's additional things that maybe you do, like volunteer work or additional courses that add value or connect to your qualification. And
that's great.
yeah,
So the
but also-
qualification is a piece of it, and you can't just buy a qualification and get that result. The how hard you study, who do you know, what you do with it, actually getting out there and applying for jobs, that comes back down to you and your inner life skills, right? The same for coaching, training, consulting, yeah. So no course can get you the result. You have to actually do the do yourself. Now, Raymondo, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I think depends a lot on the person. I'll give you an example. I do not have a full bachelor degree. I did a diploma in university, 2 years of study, 1 year of practice. So the extensive practice helped me in the workplace. So, and then during the years, I manage a lot of people that have even a master, but still, you know, they don't have that ambition to go ahead. So even though they are more qualified than I am, they are still not progressing that much.
The difference is your personality. Personality makes a lot more than the qualification. Thanks, Amy. At least leads back to the life skills, hey? And actually not just doing the do, but how they do the do. Darko, quickly, then we will continue, yeah? And then Tad, if you want to add
I want
something.
to share, yes, regarding my university degree. So I got master degree, but it was in other area, which is not connected with psychology and coaching. So what brings me now, what brings my, how to say, finances, money, is the additional training after university.
Additional training after university, yeah.
Yes. But I still think that university is very important. University is, it helped me to learn, how to understand. That is from my perspective.
Just a little advertisement here. Harold, Ray, Darko, they've all seen our NLP training, and Amy Elise is here, is on the graduate certificate program. A postgrad, in fact, the world's only postgraduate qualification in neurolinguistic programming. Congratulations for her and Bernadette for jumping on that. I want to share with you briefly. Anyone heard of a pump and dump? A pump and dump. Okay, I know 2 guys in my town, and it was quite funny. I think it was my 40th birthday. I had these 2 guys. One of them was involved in a multi-level marketing. The other one was involved in this pump and dump. The pump and dump was also a former multi-level marketer, multi-level marketing. So they got a big social network, and they sell to each other. The pump and dump guy called me up and he said, hey, we're going to have a pump and dump on this XRP crypto stock. You want in? I went in out of curiosity. A whole pile of people went and bought this stock or bought this crypto coin XRP. Now, whoever started it got in first. Shows the stock, this XRP is what we're buying, and he bought a lot of the XRP, may have had a small bump, but then he's told all his friends, we're going to have a bump. We're all going to buy XRP on Tuesday the 20th. Yep, Tuesday the 20th we start buying. Don't start buying till the 20th, okay? People started buying on the 18th to the 19th, and the price went up and up. And when it finally came to the 20th for everyone to buy, the price went whoop and fell back down. Guy that told me got in early, really, really early, and he got out before the dump. It was interesting to see. The other guy, he runs around town as a financial planner. Now, these guys are at my 40th birthday. My mate Luke was there. Luke is well known for some people in my town. Luke has about 12 houses, 12 to 14 houses. My age, 12, 14 houses Luke has. And these two other hustlers, we're talking to Luke, and Luke said something about having 100,000 in Bitcoin or something, and it went up. And these hustlers were suggesting to Luke that he sells something, and you know, Luke's a $4 or $5 million, you know, and these hustlers, they're great sales skills, great presentation skills, great multi-level marketing skills, but they ain't worth shit. And these guys spend a lot of time trying to make money off people like us. Luke and I, on the other hand, multiple properties, renting out the rooms. We make money from investments by creating value. Be someone that creates a lot of value. That's how you get real wealth and abundance. Create abundance. Don't create scarcity. Create abundance. Make a lot of value. And when you're making a lot of value, see what you can do to make even more. Make value, and then you seek collaborations to make even more value. Yeah. For anyone that does work as a coach and consultant, what can you do to make your product even more valuable to your clients? Keep focusing on value creation. Now, one more story about one gentleman. His name's Paul. Paul loves football. You know, he's a good, normal kind of working class dad. He works for a telecommunications company and plays football. He's happy. Now, Paul and his wife started to renovate property. They bought a house, and over one year, they renovated the house. And at the end of the year, they put it on the market and they sold it in the following quarter. As soon as they finished that, they bought another house. They renovated it and they sold it. This time, it took them about 11 months. Yeah. As soon as they sold it, they bought another house and repeated the procedure. This time it was about 9 months. Yeah. As they were selling that house, rather than waiting till they sold it, they had a bit more money. So as they were selling the house, they got a contract for the next house. Yeah. They sold the house, they got the next house, and it took them about 8 months to do the renovation. Yeah. They kept going. They got this process down pat. When I met Paul and got to see his properties, at this point, he had 3 properties going on at the same time. Yeah. He was refining his system. He was getting better and better at his system. I spoke to him. I said, Paul, why don't you give me a couple of properties? You know, I'll handle some of the properties for you. He's like, no, I'm staying in my lane. What's your lane? My lane is I buy properties. What I specifically want is undervalued properties, yeah, with potential for a bigger gain. They got to have an extra large yard, which can be split. Specifically, he's looking for corner blocks. And he doesn't look all over town. He looks in a small area. Probably a 5-kilometer radius. All his properties are within a 5-kilometer radius. When I visit him, we just drive down the road. There's his other one. We drive down the road a bit further. There's his other one. So he's got 3 properties all within a kilometer of each other. But he won't go further than 5 kilometers. So in this area, all the real estate agents know him. Because he gets so good at this, anytime any of the real estates have a corner block, they just call Paul. Yeah? Now, Paul's been doing this with his wife over and over and over again. I think there are like 5 or 6 million now. However, property prices have maybe doubled in the last 2-3 years here. So I'm going to guess around 10 million him and his wife have made the last 7 years or so. Started slow. No, a bit more than 7 years, 8 years, okay? One of my best wingmen, similar. 2013, 2012. Actually, that might have been the last time I saw him face to face. solid guy, bodybuilder. He applied all that discipline in property. And the first deal, 2013, he did a couple. 2013 was his first JV, joint venture. He partnered with me. I gave him a bunch of cash. He put it in. He bought a house. He renovated it. Yeah. I think he actually built it and did a duplex. Brian's gone on. He's made a couple of million now. He keeps going in the same lane. He keeps going in the same lane. Korean guy here. He's got the biggest property. He's making a $2.5 million house. I ask him, you're a tiler. Do you import your tiles? He says, no. I stay in the same lane. Staying in the same lane. The goal, making money. When we achieve that goal of making money, we do something. And it might be enjoying quality time. And if it's enjoying quality time, great. For a lot of people, once they make so much money, they often end up spending it. And once they've run out of money, oh, shit, I'm out of money. They go back and make some more money, and they get enough money to feel relief, and they spend it again. And they make enough money to feel relief, and they spend it again. I hope you can see the screen. They make money, enough money, they feel relief, they come back down. They make enough money to feel relief, they come back down. They make enough money to spend relief, yeah? When I was a kid, I used to go wash cars. I'd get my friends, would go out and wash cars. So $5 a car, would go wash it, right? Now, one thing is that some people are more hungry than others. I'd go out, I'd wash cars, $5, next house, $5, next house, $5. I've only got like a couple of hours Sunday morning, it gets too hot. So I'd want to go for the morning period. My friends would sometimes come with me. And as soon as my friends did one car or two, let's go. Done 2 cars now. Let's go to the shop, get some fish and chips and a packet of cigarettes. Yeah. My friends all wanted to go home as soon as they made like $6. They wanted to go to the shops and spend it. Me, I had till lunchtime. So I was hoping to get to $20. Harold, do you want to add something in?
Yeah, I think being financially free gives me more choices. So I can deliberately choose to watch Netflix when I want. But I should be consistent making money. And I should not watch Netflix because of desperation, because I have no money. So this is the two things. Yeah, I can watch Netflix because no money. So what should I do? I cannot go to the pub, no money. Or I have enough money that I say, okay, I spend 1 hour on Netflix. Enjoying, relaxing, being lazy, just enjoying. My choice. Because I'm financially free. My choice what I do.
Now, with that
Right?
choice, I'm going to change that a little bit. How you said, I'm going to say empowered. And if you feel empowered, if Harold makes money and feels empowered afterwards, so he can make choices, he can then choose to relax. But if he feels empowered, he's going to feel empowered and he'll be in a lot better position to make more. Some people, when they get paid, they will feel guilty and they might feel awkward. Some people actually believe, I don't know how to handle money. Now I've got money. I've got to get rid of it. I've got to spend it. Yeah. A lot of people, they get the money and they feel they have to spend it. They feel awkward with it, right? So it's important to look at, why do we want to create the wellness? Yeah. And be aware. We often call it end state energy, which is a whole nother workshop, right? So we want to have that whenever we achieve, it propels us to make more. This can be a negative loop. Now, what Sienna was saying, if we take it to extremes, and it's a great point. Sienna had a really good point. If our life is just making money, making more and more money, and we deny ourselves the ability to watch Netflix, we deny ourselves the ability to take time with friends, that's the opposite of poverty. It's still poverty, but it's like relationship poverty, lifestyle quality poverty. We have an abundance of money, but we have no relationships. So which then would you rather be at? Completely poor or rich, but completely poor in relationships and love? So there are some people that do take it too far. In fact, a lot of really wealthy people definitely take it too far. That's one reason they're able to make a lot, is because they prioritize and they prioritize wealth. I am not saying, and I will not say prioritize money over relationships. No, not at all. I think relationships are far more important than money, but money is this thing that we're using to exchange, and I want to get my mind set up. I want to get my own mind set up so that I can receive easily. And when I receive, I feel empowered.
In February 2024, we embarked on a transformative journey in the heart of Bali, where minds were empowered, connections were built, and breakthroughs were achieved.
Hey guys, we're here having the time of our life. The time of our life. It's a combination of learning new stuff and celebrating all the growth and the transformation we've had this year.
As the sun set on our time in Bali, a new adventure awaits us in Chiang Mai, 2025.
Hey, a couple of important things if you want to come down to get the most out of this. I ask everyone to make a shopping list before coming here, a shopping list. New behaviors, new beliefs, perhaps value systems, or maybe a whole new identity. So before everyone comes, they create a bit of a wish list, a bit of a shopping list. And while we're here, we make it happen. Now that pre-course, we actually include a lot of our, like the training that we sell for thousands of dollars, we actually include that in a lot of our training. So when you come along, you're gonna get access to that and go through it and make this trip absolutely dynamite for you.
Join us as we continue our journey of growth and transformation. Together, we thrive. See you in Chiang Mai.